Hi, guys. Welcome back to English Cafe. This is Mamta, and I'm very excited to start this 28-day advanced English grammar course for you to help you improve your understanding of grammar for spoken English. So, this grammar course will help you with your spoken English. The topics we are going to discuss will be about using various structures, using various elements of grammar to communicate correctly, may it be written communication or spoken communication. Do join it every day because we are going to conduct it live for the next 28 days, and you can join us live at 9 p.m. every evening. And join it without fail if you really want to get better at grammar for your communication. Now, this course that we have come up with for you, it comes with a lot of experience. As we have been training for the last 9 years, and so far we have trained over 25,000 individuals. We have helped them speak English more fluently, confidently, effectively, for various purposes. So that is what this course comes from. Based on all the experience we've gathered in the last many years, these are the topics we have put together for you in this course. The objective of this course is not to make you a grammar pundit or for you to know all the grammatical terms, but for you to understand how we use different things when we are communicating, how we put everything together to speak correctly. That's the purpose of this course, and that is what you will be able to achieve. We will not bore you with complex grammar terms or terminologies. No, to be honest, we don't know that as well. We'll only talk about what will help you speak correctly, because if we know the basic structures, we'll be able to speak more correctly. That is what the goal is. Now, before we start the session, the topic, the real topic, hit the share button, share it with a friend, share it with someone who it can benefit. Take a moment and do that. Do that and tell me that you've shared it. Write it in the comments. Now, moving on, let's talk about who this course is for. This course is for you if you can already understand English, but when you speak in English, you make many mistakes, or you think you make mistakes, or you're not confident whether you're speaking correct. So if that's where you are right now, this will be very helpful for you, because you will be able to go through all the basic concepts that will ultimately help you, give more confidence when you speak, and also it will bring clarity on what is correct. So that way it will significantly improve your confidence levels when you speak, and also your accuracy, because ultimately speaking correct is also one of our goals. Like, speaking it correctly is an important milestone for us in our learning journey. It will be very helpful for you if that's where you are right now. If you're an absolute beginner, this might not be very suitable, but if you can understand me already, I know that you are not a beginner, you can already understand English. So this is going to be super helpful for you. Now let's start with today's topic. Today we're going to talk about parts of speech. How? No, don't worry. I'm not going to bother you with a lot of grammar here, the types of this, types of that. No, I'm going to be very crisp in this lesson, and I'm going to only introduce to you the various parts of speech. Talking about why should we know, like, why should we know the parts of speech? Let's talk about that. But before we talk about that, let's talk about what is parts of speech. So I'm sure you're already aware what it is, but let me also take you through that. So what happens is, in case you're not aware, you will learn it. What happens is, when we speak, as I'm speaking to you right now, we speak through sentences, right? In any sentence, there are multiple words. For example, if I say, I'm going for a movie tonight, there are many words in this sentence. I is a word, am is a word, going is a word, for is a word, is a word, movie is a word, tonight is a word. All these are different words in this sentence, and every word has its specific role, right? Every word has its own function, or we can say every word has its job, however you want to understand it. The role, the function, the job of a word. Every word has a job in a sentence, and it has a proper structure. You can't just put them anywhere, right? You have to put them in the right order. So as now you know that every word has its job, and because every word has its job, based on its job, we give it a category. We put it in a category, and based on the jobs of the words, all the words in the English language are put in 8 categories. So all the words, all the millions of words that we have, they come under these 8 categories because they do 8 different kinds of jobs. So based on the job a word does in a sentence, we can put it in a category, and those categories are called parts of speech. Okay, so to simplify, parts of speech are the categories of words based on their job in a sentence. Based on their job in a sentence. That's what is very important. So what job they are doing in that sentence, based on that, they are different parts of speech. Now, talking about why should you know parts of speech before we actually discuss parts of speech. Our intention is not to know all the kinds of nouns, all the kinds of adjectives, no. But when we look at a sentence or when we look at a word, we should be able to figure out whether it's a noun or a pronoun or an adjective. And also on our self learning journey, when we look up for a word in a dictionary, the dictionary also suggests us that this is a noun or this word is an adjective. So it will also help us there in our self learning journey. We'll know, okay, so this word can be used as a noun like this, as an adjective like this. So it will only strengthen our understanding of the basics of English language. That is why we should understand. The objective of this lesson is that you should be able to identify different parts of speech in a sentence after this lesson. That is all we will try to achieve in this session. Okay, now talking about the parts of speech, we know that we have 8 parts of speech. The first, is noun. First category of words are nouns. Second, pronouns. Third, verbs. Fourth, adjectives. Fifth, adverbs. Sixth, prepositions. Seventh, conjunctions. Eighth, interjections. And then we also have articles. These are the 8 parts of speech. And then articles, some people say that articles are adjectives, but I have put them here separately. So apart from all the other words that fall under these 8 categories, we have 3 words that are articles. You know that a, an, and the. These 3 words are articles. Now we'll discuss each parts of speech one by one. So let's go ahead talking about the first part of speech, that is noun. As you know that the nouns are the name of person, place, thing, idea, or a quality. Let's go ahead and let's talk about examples in each category. So what kind of words are nouns? So any word that tells the name of a person. For example, mother is a noun, father is a noun, teacher is a noun, Mamta is a noun, English cafe is a noun. But English cafe is a place, we can say. Person, right? Name of a person, father, mother, prime minister, Mr. Modi, all these words are nouns. Name of a place, for example, Delhi, India, house, school, market. All these words are also nouns because they tell us the name of a place. Also, the words tell us the name of a thing. For example, table, chair, computer, internet. All these words are also nouns. But what is now important for you is that the names of ideas and qualities are also nouns. Now, what kind of words are ideas? The name of ideas. What are some names of ideas? For example, honesty. Okay, honesty could be a quality, but an idea could be, for example, education is an idea, democracy, or kindness or cruelty. All these words are nouns, and then names of quality as well. Names of quality such as beauty, honesty, integrity, or intelligence. So all these words, beauty, intelligence, honesty, integrity, all these words are also nouns. Okay, so words like happiness, kindness, carefulness, carelessness, all these words, beauty, honesty, cruelty, are all these words are also nouns, because in a sentence they tell us the name of an idea or a quality. So that should be clear to you. All these words like kindness, cruelty, all these words are also nouns. You should be able to identify them in the sentences. Is that clear? Let me know, guys. Is that clear? If that's clear, I'm moving on. When we're talking about nouns, we'll also talk about numbers. So numbers, not mathematics, but in English grammar, numbers are, two numbers, singular numbers and plural numbers. Singular means one and plural means more than one. I'm just familiarizing the terms, not talking much about that. So if somebody says numbers in English grammar, that means singular number, plural number, two numbers. And then we also have genders and nouns. So in English, we have 4 genders: a masculine gender, a feminine gender, a common gender, and a neuter gender. Masculine, anything that's male. Feminine, anything that's female. And then we have a common gender to talk about things that can either be male or a female. For example, parent is a common gender, teacher is a common gender. So all these words, like a parent can be either a father or a mother. Fiance can be a common, like when we speak, it's fiance, same. So it can be a common gender. So, or spouse, right? These are common gender words. And then we have a neuter gender. Neuter gender in English is used to talk about things that are non-living things. Table, chair, house, all these things, bag. So these are non-living things. They come under neuter gender in English. In English, it's great that non-living things don't have a gender, because in Hindi, everything has a gender. Those of you who speak Hindi, you know that, right? For example, cup rakha hai, usme chai rakhi hai, computer rakha hai, bus chal rahi hai, truck chal raha hai. So for a non-native Hindi speaker, it's very difficult to be able to establish the correct gender of a non-living thing. It's because it's not simple, right? How do you establish? It's next to impossible for them to ever figure out the correct gender of a non-living thing. But we can do that. We are native Hindi speakers. We don't have any problems. In fact, whatever new comes, we can associate a gender with it without thinking much, right? But with English, it's great that you don't have to say she is a cup or he is a cup, right? You don't need to bother about that. It's just, it is a cup. No gender. So that is neuter gender. Okay, 4 genders, you got them. Now moving on. That was about nouns. That's all I need you to know about nouns. You should be able to understand, identify nouns. That's what I expect. And then I also, number 2, I also told you about numbers and genders in English. Moving on. The next type of words that are there are pronouns. So the next type of words in a sentence are pronouns. Pronouns are the words that replace nouns. So all those words, for example, I, me, my, mine, myself, you, your, yours, yourself, yourselves, or they, them, their, we, us, our, ourselves, ourselves, he, his, him, her, himself, herself, this, that, all these words are pronouns. Because, and why do we have pronouns? We have pronouns because we cannot keep using the noun all the time, right? Imagine if I'm talking to you about Mahatma Gandhi, and I tell you that Mahatma Gandhi was born in 1869, and Mahatma Gandhi's father's name was Karamchand Gandhi, and Mahatma Gandhi's mother's name was Putli Bai, and Mahatma Gandhi married when he was 13, and Mahatma Gandhi went to London for his higher studies. So as you see, because I don't have a pronoun, I'm not using a pronoun, I have to repeat the same word again and again and again. But sometimes it can be very complex. For example, Mahatma Gandhi told Mahatma Gandhi's mother that Mahatma Gandhi's brother said something to him. That can be very annoying, right? And very irritating, and sometimes very complex. And that is why we have pronouns, because pronouns save us from that. We can use all these words, all these pronouns, he, him, his, himself, herself, all these words are available thanks to pronouns, that our language is simple. So those words, those all words are pronouns, those kind of words that we just discussed. Moving on to the next part of speech, the part of speech number 3 is verbs. So the words, remember that a word can be a noun or a pronoun or a verb based on the job it is doing in that sentence. So verbs are the words that represent an action in a sentence. If in that sentence that word represents that an action is happening, then that word is verb. Verbs are the words that denote actions. All the words, all the actions that we perform all the time right now as well, the actions that we are performing. For example, if I think about what actions I'm performing right now, I'm thinking, I'm speaking, I'm looking at the screen, I'm talking to you, I'm teaching. So think, look, teach, speak, all these words are verbs, and verbs are the most important words for us, because the entire structure of our communication is based on verbs, how we use the different verb forms. So this is a very important part of speech for us to practice, right? To practice, we have to focus a lot on this. And when we talk about verbs, you know that we have two kinds of verbs. The first kind are helping verbs, and the other kind are main verbs. All the action words, like the ones we just discussed, come, go, eat, drink, think, speak, teach, look, all these are main verbs. But then we also have helping verbs. Helping verbs are used with main verbs in the sentences, as you know. So words like is, am, are, was, were, has, have, had, will be, will have, has been, have been, had, all these words, did, do, does, all these words are helping verbs. Helping verbs are always followed by a verb. So there's a helping verb plus a verb always. So all those words that support a verb are helping verbs. So that's why we also call them supporting verbs. So helping verbs, auxiliary verbs also, right? Supporting verbs, helping verbs, same thing. And then main verbs, of course. And talking about the main verbs can be categorized in two categories. Like they can be put in two categories: regular verbs and irregular verbs. So most of the verbs that we speak, and when we talk about their forms, most of the verbs you can just add a d sound at the end. For example, play, played, played, or cook, cooked, cooked, or listen, listened, listened, or talk, talked, talked. You don't need to think much, you don't need to learn anything, because it's just so regular, it's a routine, right? You just need to add the d sound. Most verbs are like that, but there are some verbs that are not like that, that are irregular. Sometimes all three forms are same, sometimes the first and third forms are same, sometimes all three are different. So they are irregular, they don't fall in the regular category, that's why we call them irregular. For those verbs, you will have to learn their verb forms. If you don't know already, it will be helpful for you if you can learn. You can take a list from internet and just go through it, just learn it, go through it multiple times. For example, read is an irregular verb. So read, you can't say read it, right? It has to be read, 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 or drive, drove, driven, or drink, drank, drunk, or speak, spoke, spoken, or fly, flew, flown, or put, put, or teach, taught, taught. It can't be teached, right? Teached is not correct. And if you speak that way, you're speaking incorrect. So you should know. You should know some irregular forms, irregular verbs, especially the ones that are most commonly used. So take that time out, learn the verb forms. If you want me to share, I can do that as well. In one of the lessons, we can talk about that. Let me know if you want me to discuss some irregular verbs. You can let me know in the comments, so it will be helpful. If you think I should discuss some irregular verbs in one of these live sessions, I'll do that, so that you can learn that with me here. So that was verbs. Now moving on to the fourth part of speech that we have, that is adjectives. So adjectives are the words that describe nouns or pronouns in a sentence. So in a sentence, if you find a word that is describing a noun, how? For example, if I say, let's talk about a sentence. So if I say, I'm wearing a jacket. Okay, I'm wearing a, okay, so I'm wearing a blazer today. So I'm wearing a blazer. So blazer here is a noun, right? What I'm wearing, it's a thing. So name of a thing is a noun. But if I say I'm wearing a blue blazer, now the word blue is describing my blazer, is describing the noun. So blue is an adjective. So all those words that describe a noun can be adjective, are adjectives. For example, if you think about a person is a noun, right? And then what words can you use to describe them? For example, you can say that the person is nice, or you can say she is kind, or she is intelligent. So all these words, nice, kind, intelligent, there can be hundreds of adjectives you can use to talk about the person. So all these words, because these words are describing a noun, they are all adjectives. Anything you think about, like you think about India right now, and what words can you, one words, right, one words that you can use. So you can say India is incredible, India is populous, India is amazing, India is diverse. So all these words, populous, diverse, amazing, incredible, all these words are adjectives because they are describing a noun. India is a noun. So all the words that describe nouns are adjectives. So I hope that's clear. You can give me some more examples. I think I forgot asking you for examples. Give me some examples of adjectives in the comments. Now moving on to the next part of speech, that is adverbs. Adverbs are also, again, very important set of words, and we should be able to recognize what words are adverbs. So adverbs are words that describe verbs, adjectives, or another adverbs. I'll discuss that with you one by one. So talking about the first type of adverbs, words that describe verbs. So you know that words that describe nouns are adjectives, but there are words that can describe a verb in more details. For example, if I say Virat plays cricket, okay, so in this sentence, Virat is a noun, play is a verb, and cricket is again another noun, right? So if I want to describe the word play more, I can say Virat plays well. Okay, so Virat plays cricket well, for example. So the word well is describing how he plays. The word well is describing a verb, so it is an adverb. Or she speaks rudely. So the word rudely is describing how she speaks. The word rudely is directly associated with speaking, not with her directly, not with she, right? It is not describing the word she here, it is describing how she speaks. And because it is describing a verb, it is an adverb. So rudely, softly, extremely, rarely, etc. These words are often adverbs, but please keep in mind, and a word can be an adjective or an adverb based on the job it is doing in a sentence. For example, okay, now let's move on to the words that describe adjectives. Sometimes we describe something using adjectives, but then we can describe that adjective further. For example, if I say she is talented, okay, this is the sentence, she is talented. She is a pronoun, is the verb, and talented is an adjective because talented is giving me more information about she. So talented is an adjective, but if I say she is extremely talented, now I'm telling you more about how talented she is. I'm describing the word talented more. So because the word extremely is giving you more information about the word talented, it is an adverb. So all these words that describe adjectives are also adverbs. And then there are words that can describe other adverbs. Like we said, Virat plays well. Virat plays well. Well is an adverb, but if I say Virat plays extremely well, yeah, or Virat plays exceedingly well. So these words, extremely, exceedingly, are again adverbs, but they are describing another adverb. So all these words are adverbs. Is that clear to you? Words that describe verbs. For example, she drives fast. So she drives fast. In this, fast is an adverb. And if I say she is extremely talented, then extremely is also an adverb. And if I say he plays very well, then very is an adverb, well is also an adverb. So in a word, there can be two adverbs as well. There can be two adverbs. In a sentence, there can be two adverbs. So all these words are adverbs. Further, because I have exercise, I have an exercise for you. So I'll see whether you've understood that or not. But is that clear? Please let me know. I'm moving on to the next part of speech, that is prepositions. Now, talking about prepositions, prepositions are the words that tell us the position or relationship between two things. You know, how two things are associated or connected with each other. What's their relationship? To describe that relationship, we use the word prepositions. All these words, you know, for example, if I say, you know, if I show you this phone and maybe this, you know, this is my glasses case. So if I say, you know, this case is behind my phone, yeah, behind my phone or in front of my phone, or I can say under my phone, the case is under the phone, or the case is on the phone. So all these words that you can see, behind, in front of, under, over, on, all these words are prepositions. There can be hundreds of prepositions. So their job is to tell the relationship between two things: in, on, at, to, for, from, under, over, below. All these words are prepositions. Can you give me some more examples? Give me some examples in the comments. Before you go ahead, give me some examples. Now, moving on to the next parts of speech, that is conjunctions. Conjunctions are joining words. The words that join two parts of a sentence or two words or two different sentences. The words such as and is a very common, like the most common conjunction. So and, or, because, but, therefore, however, despite that, as long as, all these words are conjunctions. Some conjunctions are bigger, more complex, like either, or, neither, nor, or yeah, not only but also. All these expressions, all these are conjunctions. So what they do is they join either two words or two parts of a sentence or two entirely different sentences. That's what their job is, to join. Okay, so prepositions are the words that tell us the relationship between two things or that tell position of something, and conjunctions are joining words. Give me some more examples of conjunctions. And then the next category of words that we have are interjections. So what do interjections do? Interjections are the words that express sudden emotions. You know, when something happens suddenly and we know we are we experience those emotions, and to express those emotions we use those words. You know, for example, wow, something great comes in front of us, we say wow, or sometimes we say amazing, sometimes oh my god. So all these words, oh my god, wow, amazing, ouch, shit, all these words are interjections because they express sudden emotions. So all these words are interjections. Give me some more examples of interjections, please. I'm sure you know some good interjections. Let me know, please. And the last category is articles. We have put them separately. You know that there are three articles, a, and the. During the course, we'll also talk about use of articles. So you will be able to learn that. Now, the goal was to help you identify different parts of speech in a sentence. So let's see if you can do that or not. Let's test your understanding. I have got 10 questions for you here, 10 sentences for you here, and I have marked the words in capital letters, and you need to tell me what part of speech is the word in capital letter. So take a look at this sentence, for example. I bought a beautiful dress at the store. Please tell me what part of speech is beautiful. Noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, preposition, conjunction, interjection, article. What is it? Please tell me. And keep in mind that you can determine the part of speech of a word based on what job they are doing in the sentence. So if you look at this, if you say, I bought a beautiful dress, So the word beautiful is describing the dress. Dress is a noun, right? So you can say that beautiful is an adjective. Great. Here is another sentence. I left my shoes under the kitchen table. Tell me what parts of speech under is. Yeah. Do participate in it. Let me know in the comments, please. What part of speech is it? So as you look at it, you will see that under is telling us about the position of my shoes. Where are my shoes? It's telling me the location. So the words that tell us position, location are prepositions. So under is a preposition. Yeah, if you already answered that, wonderful. Next, if we finish our work quickly, we can go to the movies. So tell me what you think about the word quickly. What part of speech is it? So as you can see, the word quickly describes the verb finish, like finish it quickly. So finish is a verb, right? And the word quickly is describing a verb, so it is an adverb. I hope it's helping you if it was not already clear to you yet. Next one. I want to go to a university in the United States. Please tell me about university and United States. I think this is super easy. Yes, so university is the name of a place. It's a noun. The United States, name of a place again. It's also a noun. There can be multiple nouns in a sentence, as you can see. Next, she knocked on the door, but nobody answered. Tell me about the word but. What part of speech is it? Yeah, comment fast. I can't wait. All right. So as you can see that the word but is joining the two parts of the sentence. So she knocked on the door, but nobody answered. But is a conjunction, right? Next, Edison invented the electric bulb. Electric, which part of speech? So as you can see that the word electric is describing a noun. Bulb is a noun, right? Bulb, what bulb? Green bulb, red bulb, electric bulb. So this word is an, yes, it is an adjective. Good. Okay, moving on. Here it is. How do you know the truth? Please tell me about the word truth. What part of speech is it? So if you look at it, truth is not describing a noun, not describing anything, but it is the name of an idea. Name of an idea that where someone is telling you something as it is. They have not changed the facts. So it is truth. So truth is a noun because it's the name of an idea. So it's a noun. Next one. Honesty is the best policy. What part of speech is it? It should be easier for you now. Yes, so as honesty is the name of a quality, right? It's the name of a quality of a person. Name of quality is a noun. Honesty is a noun. Next, what did you do on Sunday? So the word on here, we just discussed. What is it doing is, it is telling us the relationship between this person and that day, Sunday. Like, so this word is a preposition. As we know that prepositions are words that denote relationship between two things, position or location of something. So the word on is a preposition. Next one. She behaves badly. It shouldn't be difficult now. Please let me know which part of speech is it. Be very fast. Okay, so the word badly is talking about how she behaves. It is describing a verb. Behave is a verb, right? Behave can be a noun. No, behavior maybe. But yeah, behave is a verb. The word behave is describing, the word badly is describing the word behave. That's a verb, so it's an adverb. Words that describe verbs are adverbs, as you know it. Next one. Although she is poor, she is happy. What part of speech is although? So as you can see, this word is joining the two words, right? You're joining the two words. Sorry, joining the two parts of the sentence. So this is a conjunction, right? Otherwise, if you say she is poor, she is happy, it's not one thought. But if you say although she is poor, she is happy, it's one thought. Now it's combined. So it's joining the two parts. It's a conjunction. Next one. It can rain. Tell me about the word rain. What do you think? So in this sentence, the word rain is the actual action, right? So it can rain. In this sentence, rain is a verb. Yes, because rain is a verb in English. But in this sentence, don't go out in the rain. In this, we are not talking about the action rain, but we're talking about the water that's falling from the sky. And that's a thing. So in this sentence, don't go out in the rain. Rain is a thing. We are talking about the thing that's falling from the sky. So in this sentence, rain is a noun, whereas it can rain. In this sentence, rain is a verb. Why I'm discussing it here, you should know that a word can be different parts of speech, can be used as different parts of speech, and whether it's a noun or an adjective or a verb depends on its use in a sentence. Like you just saw, it is raining, it can rain, it will rain. In all these words, rain is a verb. But don't go out in the rain. I love rains. So in this, I enjoy rains. In these sentences, rain is a noun. I hope you got that. Did you understand that, or you have any confusion? If you do have a confusion, let me know in the comments. I'm going to read all the comments and I'm going to respond to you. So now please tell me, how many of these questions did you get correct? Could you identify all the parts of speech correctly? Do let me know. Like, give yourself some score. How many did you get correct? You can just give me that number, like 1, 2, 5, 10, all. Let me know. So that was the objective, that was the objective of this lesson, to help you identify different parts of speech in sentences. Because when you are on this journey of improving your English language skills, you will do various things. As I said, sometimes you will use dictionaries to look up for words, and dictionaries also mention whether the word is a noun or a pronoun or an adjective. Or if somebody is saying something, say if you're watching a grammar lesson or watching an English learning lesson, and if they say that this word can be used as a noun or it can be used as an adverb, so you should be able to understand what that means, because it will only strengthen you, right? It will only strengthen your understanding, and you will be more confident in your learning process. If you're more confident in your learning process, it will also translate into more confidence when you actually communicate. So take advantage of that and tell me how the session was. Did you find it useful? If you did find it useful, please share it with someone. It can help. And because it's going to be a live session every day, do follow us and attend it live. Ask your questions. Now, if you have any questions, please drop in the comments. If you want me to discuss any specific topics, do let me know that as well. We'll come up with those sessions. Most importantly, ask questions. Do you have any doubts about whatever we discussed so far? Please let me know. You can put your doubts in the comments. I will respond to each comment that I receive, and I'll try my best to resolve any queries or any doubts that you have, because the ultimate goal is to help you become better with your English, to help you become more confident and fluent. And before I go, I'd like to ask you, do you need help to practice speaking? If you think you don't have an environment to practice and you need a help from a mentor who can guide you, who can share feedback with you on a day-to-day basis, so that you can improve. If maybe it's for your work or for your academics, whatever it is for, if you need help, you can join an online course at English Cafe. We offer courses to help you practice every day. You can practice in our group classes or one-on-one classes, whatever suits you. So do connect with us for that, and we will be very happy to help you. With that, I'm going to end this session today, and I'll see you tomorrow at the same time at 9 p.m. Do join it regularly, and I hope you enjoyed the session. I would like you to have fun while you learn and ask me a lot of questions. That's all. Have a wonderful time ahead.